Yo, what's up YouTube? Edwin the Comic Jabroni coming at you, and in this video we're gonna go over Image and the Indy books that I picked up on Wednesday. Give you some reviews on them. So let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back. Like I said, Edwin the Comic Jabroni coming at you. If this is your first time watching one of my videos and you're into comic books, if you're into retro video games, if you're into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, think about hitting that subscribe button, guys, hitting that bell notification, and checking out more videos on my channel. This week, New Comic Book Day, September 4th, 2019, I picked up a great amount of DC, big time amount of Marvel, and a ton of Image and Indie books. I dropped my DC and Marvel pickups video yesterday on Thursday, so today on Friday, I'm dropping my Image and my Indie books, guys. So let's get into the books. Okay, first up from Action Lab and Danger Zone, it's going to be Going to the Chapel, issue number 1 from Papos and Gavin Guidry. Guys, I've already dropped a video on my thoughts on this book. I was given an advanced review copy. I was able to go out and get the C cover, which is the one that I wanted the most. I absolutely dig this cover and I dig this comic. Go check out that video right there to see what I thought of it. But it is a definite awesome book that has a heist robbery wrapped around a wedding. Definite great issue, guys. All right, from Aftershock Comics, we've got Midnight Vista, issue number 1, written by Elliot Rahal, drawn by Clara Meath, and this cover, I believe it is done by Juan Doe. I could be wrong, but I believe I'm right on that. But this is a really cool number 1 issue. Has to do with a kid that was abducted by aliens. You know, back when he was, I don't know, 7, maybe 8 years old, he was taken out by his stepdad to go get ice cream. On their way back home, the both of them got abducted by aliens. In the next panel, it shows them in the present, and he's back in town, doesn't really know what's going on. So, over the course of, it sounded like 19 years or so, people were looking for him, right? There was investigations by the FBI. Nobody knew what had happened to him. But now he shows back up out of the blue. He actually gets hit by a car. They had to take him to the hospital. He had a concussion. Somebody calls his dad, who had been looking for him for that long. Says he's back. They did blood work. This is the real deal, guys. I enjoyed Midnight Vista number 1, and I enjoyed it so much that I'm actually going to go pick up issue number 2 because I want to know more. At the very end of this, shows that maybe the aliens weren't so done with this main protagonist as he thought they were done with him, right? Is that how it sounds? But guys, Midnight Vista number 1, good issue. All right, next up from IDW with a little bit of DC thrown in, we got Batman, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is issue number 5 of the 3rd series. I really love this B cover because it is a mixture of Kevin Eastman drawn turtles with Freddie William drawn turtles and Batman. As you can tell right there, you got the black and the white turtles, and then you got the color turtles there. Absolutely fabulous. I've been digging Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles this 3rd series, and it has to do with the multiverse, and it has to do with like a fusion of those two, of the Batman universe and the Turtle universe, and how there was a combination of things there. But they're starting to figure out that the universe or the world they were living in isn't quite right. So now you're getting a split between these characters, right? So the 4 turtles were actually like the 4 Robins. So they've been split apart. The Joker and the Shredder have been split apart. But now they're on Krang's Technodrome trying to stop Krang, who has taken on the persona of, you know, himself as Krang and the Anti-Monitor, which is really awesome, man. And he uses the Anti-Monitor's body like he did with that android body that he had back in the early 90s, late 80s cartoon, guys. This is a fabulous series, and it concludes with the next issue. I can't wait to read more. All right, next up from Dark Horse Comics, we've got Berserker Unbound, written by Jeff Lemire. Interior artwork is done by Mike Diodato. And I actually grabbed the B cover. I know on the Tuesday live stream that I did, I said, I'm not really a fan of that B cover, but when I saw it at the shop, man, it really just stood out to me. And it is done by Andrea Sorrentino. Fabulous looking cover. As far as what's going on in the inside, this berserker, this, I don't know, like a Conan-esque type of character has made his way to what seems like New York City present day. And he has befriended a homeless man. They don't speak the same language. Obviously, the homeless man is speaking English. This Conan-esque character is speaking whatever the hell language he is speaking. But they're still making it work. The homeless man is able to get him some food, get him some clothing because he's dressed like damn Conan. And he's got these battle axes and swords and all sorts of craziness going on. The issue's okay. This is what I expected more from when Conan joined the Marvel Universe. But I believe there was like a spell done by Scarlet Witch that had him learn English very fast. So this is more of, what if Conan were to show up in present day New York and he didn't speak English and he's going around and people are saying things and I don't understand you. What the hell are you saying? It's okay. Honestly, I probably won't pick up issue number 3. Issue number 1 and issue number 2. 1 was enough to get me to pick up 2, but 2 really isn't enough to get 3. There's no action, just a whole lot of dialogue going on in Berserker Unbound. Guys, let me know, did you pick it up, and are you going to pick up issue number 3? Okay, guys, so this is one that everybody was talking about this week. It is from Boom Studios, and it is Something is Killing the Children. So, this is written by James Tynion IV, who has been working on Justice League for the longest time now. Probably since issue number 1 that came out a year ago or 2 years ago, whatever it is. This right here, it's like a thriller, horror-esque style of a story. There's a small town where these children are being abducted and they're being killed. Well, this woman that you see down here, and she's actually on that C cover done by Jenny Frison, who everybody was out there trying to get. I could not get it myself. I only got the A cover. Well, it seems like she's a monster hunter, and she might be a part of some government association that's out there hunting monsters, right? So she gets into this small town and meets up with this kid who actually witnessed his friends being murdered by this monster in the woods. And that whole sequence, it's about 3 pages of him retelling that story to her, is very brutal. And it's not very often that you see a comic book or any type of medium like this, a movie or a TV show, actually show the deaths of children like this book did. It's very brutal, it's very grotesque, but it really makes it stand out, guys. And issue number 1 is definitely enough to get me to pick up issue number 2 because it seems like it's a monster hunter type of story. If that's your thing, guys, you're really going to be into Something is Killing the Children. I hope they expand on this story. You find out more about this woman that is going from town to town killing monsters. You find her backstory. You find out more about maybe this government agency or whatever this group is that's helping her kill these monsters. I hope you find out more about it. And it's not just a mini-series where she shows up this town, she kills a monster, and that's the end of the mini-series. I want this to be an ongoing. I'm not exactly sure if it's going to be, but James Tynion IV, man, he can write his butt off. That was a great issue. All right, let's move into Image, right? I've talked about it. I believe Image is into the realm of the big dogs. I no longer consider it under the umbrella of an indie title. Guys, they have gotten Spawn up to issue 300. They've been pushing out book after book after book every week, right? They're almost putting out as many books under the Image publishing company as Marvel and DC are. So I believe they are their own. And they're putting out fire titles, including this one, Sea of Stars, issue number 3, written by Jason Aaron. I think it is Dennis Hallam that is doing the artwork inside. Very great story about a father and a son who have been split apart in space. This issue right here gets more into the son, and maybe he has some type of abilities. I don't want to say metahumans because that's a DC thing, but he's in space and he doesn't need a suit on, right? And he's not freezing in space. He's able to breathe. He has extra power that he's able to punch this space shark, you know, away from him and these two other creatures that he's befriended. And it's just a funny take on like how much fun the son is having. He's out there by himself with these two creatures that he's able to talk to. And then you see the father struggling, just struggling to even be able to breathe, and the things that he has to go through to get oxygen for himself out in space. He's trying to find his son, and the son is just out there having a damn good time. You know, you kind of get a little bit of the son feeling sad that, damn, you know, my father, he doesn't think he's alive. He's probably out there dead. He doesn't know. But Sea of Stars is really good, guys. I cannot wait to continue reading this. I hope it's an ongoing, and I continue to say that with indies and with Image. I never know nowadays. Is it an ongoing, or is it just going to be a mini-series? That's what I like about Marvel, and that's what I like about DC. They kind of tell you right on the book itself, like, it'll tell you it's a 1 of 12 or a 1 6-part mini-series, 12-part maxi-series. Let me know, guys, what do you know about Sea of Stars? Is it going to be a mini, or is it going to be an ongoing? I hope it's ongoing, man. Jason Aaron doing some great stuff. Sea of Stars is really good, guys. Last book from Image, we got Die, issue number 7. I went ahead and got the B cover for it. I think this cover is amazing. I saw both covers next to each other, and this one, to me, outdid the A cover. And plus, this cover, I feel like had more to do with the story inside, right? Maybe the A cover did, and you guys are gonna have to let me know. But this one, you have Chuck right here, who is in the game. They call him the Fool, and he is on the same team as one of his other friends that have been brought in, Isabel, who is like a god binder. She can ask favors from the gods, and in the story, you get more of his backstory before he got put into this world of Die. These two have been split apart from the rest of their group, and they are now on the other side of, I guess, this planet, right? Because they were in Glass Town for a while. Something happened, and them two are now split apart from the other group, and I don't know if now they're enemies or they're still friends trying to find each other. I'm not entirely sure on that. You get a lot of funny parts with this Chuck character, and you're finding out more about him. He is a womanizer. He's out for pleasure. He doesn't really care about anything else, and maybe that's why they call him Fool. But you get more of his backstory and a little bit of the God Binder story. She asks one of the gods to help her, you know, bring kind of misery to him. And one of the point that, you know, she brings misery, and one of them was like he had a worse hangover than he usually would have. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of funny. But guys, Die, issue number 7. Absolutely can't wait to read more of this story. I'm going to actually go back and read the first 6 issues just to immerse myself more in this Die story. Because sometimes you read these, and even though it's only been a month, you kind of forget, because this story is so detailed, and there's so much meat on the bone that 1 or 2 read-throughs just isn't enough. You kind of have to binge read them again, and you get immersed into this story. There is a Die RPG that you can play online, kind of like Dungeons and Dragons. You can download characters and play with your buddies. So if that's something that you're into, playing Dungeons and Dragons, try the Die. I think you can just Google it, Die RPG, and it'll take you straight to the page. Sounds super fun, but I don't have any damn friends that are into Dungeons and Dragons. And myself, I'm not really into it, but I wouldn't mind trying it out one time or another. But anyways, guys, Die, issue number 7. This was my Image Indie Read of the Week. As you saw in yesterday's video, House of X, though, trumps all this week. House of X, issue number 4, was the most fantastic read of the week. Guys, so that is it from Image. That's it from Indies. Didn't pick up many books, but I did get some fire books this week. Guys, let me know in the comments below, what did you pick up that maybe I didn't, or maybe I forgot to get? But as always, guys, thanks for watching the videos. Make sure to like, comment down below, and as always, subscribe if this is your first time watching one of my videos. But I'm Edwin the Comic Jabroni. I'll see you guys next week for another round of New Comic Book Day pickups and reviews. So until next time, take it easy. Peace.